Hello, nerds, and welcome to another episode of me watching my DVDs. I've finally gotten around to remembering the title of the show first time, which is good. Today, I have a special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister Claire.
Hello.
And so we thought we'd go about it a little bit of a different way this time because, well, I think I might have explained this in the end of the Harry Potter one, but if you want to save yourself an hour, Harry Potter's great. The kids are responsible. And I didn't really choose this episode's thing because I thought it'd be cool to get Claire to choose one that was from the start of her DVD collection.
Early in my collection, yeah.
Early.
Pretty early.
But it wasn't your first.
You see, I don't remember. I certainly didn't buy it. It wasn't the first thing I bought because I know I got it as a gift from Owen, our brother Owen.
Why did Owen get you Mean Girls? Because that doesn't seem like a you kind of movie.
I know, especially when you look at the cover, because the cover's like...
It's such a girly cover.
It's three mean girls,
and
like, sneering,
like
and it's pink. But no, I was probably around 10 getting it, and it was my birthday, and I mean, if as I was 10, like, Owen would have been, 18? Like, what's he gonna get, a 10-year-old girl? Like, you're gonna get something with the word girls in it, really, I think.
Well, we used to get you Bratz dolls. You used to like those. Like, those were probably the girliest things that you ever liked.
Yeah.
And then, there was a Bratz movie, actually.
Fortunately, I never had to experience that.
Oh, unfortunately, you missed out because it's a terrific experience.
Oh,
it's a wonderment. But, no, I remember seeing the couple, I remember that came into our house and I was all like, Mean Girls, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Just, really, wrote it off.
The cover doesn't do it justice at all. Like, it makes it come across as a really kind of just Disney movie. Like, it makes it seem like it's going to be about, the two girls in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, something really, dorky, but it's a lot, it's
surprisingly fucking good, and,
if I remember right.
No, that's the thing, I remember actually watching it and being like, this movie is really funny.
Yeah.
And the big thing there was, that's the reason I kind of started watching 30 Rock when it came out, because it was Tina Fey who fucking wrote that, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's funny, you know? And,
she's on point.
Yeah, because, her whole era of Saturday Night Live wasn't that great, I thought. It was kind of on the way out to being good.
Yeah.
Like, her and fucking Amy Poehler and... Who's that Seth Meyers dude? They were kind of the last on this sinking ship.
Yeah.
And now it's just fucking balls.
It's terrible. Oh, God, I can't watch it.
Yeah, I guess, Andy Samberg just completely... he's not funny. No. He's not a funny guy. He's a likable enough chap, but he's just not funny. His whole thing is hey, I'm wacky.
Yeah. He commits to that, but it's just... some people, they commit to trying to be funny, but they're just, they don't have it.
He has the confidence to try to be funny, but he's just not funny. It's there was the roast of James Franco, I think it was.
I never watched
and he just basically did a bad version of what Norm Macdonald did in the Bob Saget one, where it's he came out and kind of told crap jokes and sort of tried to tank. But the thing is, he was too in on the joke.
Yeah.
It didn't work. In Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he laughs at all of his own jokes in the show.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking Saturday Night Live, where it's, being shot live. They do retakes. And that's how he performs. He may as well, look down the barrel of the camera.
Yeah. No, he's
but why
not a natural comedian.
We shouldn't be talking about him, because,
not in Mean Girls.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with it. It's Tina Fey. This is her time to shine.
Yeah.
She's fucking hilarious.
Oh, she's so good.
But it's based on a book, probably also called Mean Girls.
Oh, no, the book is, Queen Bees and Wannabes, I think.
Oh, right. Cool.
I'm so proud I remembered that.
Yeah, because I didn't, and I wasn't going to look into it.
Yeah, I totally forgot it was based on a book. I think... See, I've never read the book, but I get the feeling that it's a little more serious. I don't know. I feel like it's about how terrible girls can be. Whereas the movie, there's some where it's just blatant comedy. It's not trying to be serious.
Yeah, but it does a good job of kind of capturing a lot of sort of those things and interactions you have in high school and trying to fit in and all that. It does a good job of capturing that and keeping, the lighthearted comedic feel,
Yeah.
Which is what makes it good. It's that balance.
Yeah, it's...
Like the Force.
It's delightful.
But there's... And it's Lindsay Lohan just before she fucking
Yeah.
went down.
Yeah, I feel kind of sad when I think about that because I feel like this movie.
She was actually a really good performer.
It's like when this came out, everyone was so like, "Wow, this is actually such a really good movie." There was like,
we love you, Lindsay.
Two roads diverged in a wood for her. She could go like druggy celebrity or like keep going successfully, and I feel like she took the wrong one here. It's like it all went kind of bad.
It all went wrong.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like there was some unused potential there. Like, because I think she's done now.
Oh, she's fucked.
She's so done.
Yeah, she's kind of in a Amanda Bynes territory, really. But the thing, I think there's more hope for Lindsay to come back, to bounce back. I don't think there's much of a hope.
Not much.
But there's more of a hope than there is for Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she's...
Amanda Bynes
the last thing I know that she did was The Amanda Show. I don't know.
Oh, Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz. Oh, She's the Man. That hilarious gender-swapping romp.
What was the one that had Colin Firth in it and should just not have had Colin Firth in it?
Was that the one where, like, her dad was, like, the Prime Minister of England or something
Something
like that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Which makes perfect sense.
God, she had such an amazing film career. And then she just went crazy, and now they kind of, like, every fucking 2 weeks she's back in rehab, or it's just going to end up with someone taking her around behind the barn like Old Yeller.
Yeah.
The end of Amanda Bynes. Lindsay, why did Lindsay go crazy? She got into the...
I don't know. She got like... I remember she spent like 6 hours in prison or something, and then tried so much. She was meant to spend 30 days there, and like she got all sad. She was sad, so they let her out, I think. That's,
Wow. So
they're pretty lenient, I think.
Hear that? But anyone who's like potentially interested in committing a crime, just be sad.
Just be sad at the end.
Yeah. You killed your girlfriend, just be sad about it.
Yeah, she definitely got off there, but I don't remember what it was that she actually did. It was probably it's always some kind of drunkenness.
Winona Ryder was the shoplifter.
Yes.
But this fucking crazy child actors for you.
Yeah.
Like fucking... But that said, like, Lindsay had some fucking delightful movies as a scamp.
Yeah.
The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah. I feel like... I don't know, I feel like a lot of people thought that maybe she kind of lucked out and skipped going insane because, like, this movie was, like, a kind of newer, mature movie. And it's like, she's, like, an adult and she's, like, made a good movie. Maybe she can continue just be a normal actor.
She should have shit the bed before she made Mean Girls.
Exactly, yeah. So it's weird.
Because that was her shift in direction.
Yeah.
And then it was... down.
Yeah, it's a bit of an outlier as far as like a child actor's career to have this like.
She's doing it her own way. Yeah. So when they make a fucking film about her life, it'll be slightly different. Before she fucking
there'll be a bit of hope.
Spirals out of control.
Yeah.
Does one TV movie comeback special in 5 years, so everyone goes like, "Oh, Lindsay's coming back," and then she'll do reality TV and just stay in this like weird Twilight Zone for kind of celebrities that were.
Yeah, child actors.
Yeah, but it's like, but our family are all crazy as well, aren't they? It's the same with like Justin Bieber. Like his family are crazy, and
I don't know what.
He comes off as a total.
Yeah, he does.
We've spoken very little about Mean Girls.
We have spoken very little about Mean Girls.
This is the first time I saw Rachel McAdams in anything.
I think, same here.
Yeah, and that's that's a good thing. It gave the world Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
delightful. I really want to watch that one, with Harrison Ford that she's in.
Morning Glory?
Morning
Is that
Glory,
it? Yeah,
yes,
I've never seen that.
But it just looks like the perfect, like, either hungover or just Sunday morning, get under a blanket and eat a big bowl of strawberry ice cream kind of movie.
I've never been able to watch it solely because, like, every time I see it on Netflix, I can't just in good conscience click on something where there's literally a girl kicking her leg up behind her while holding
I know,
books.
that's what's so amazing about it.
I can't. It's like something like that.
It's like, when you're watching a movie and they're watching a fake rom-com in that movie. Like, what was the one with Jason Segel? Was that like that fucking...
With Jason Segel?
Where Jason Segel was in a fake rom-com. Was that Justin Timberlake one? With no strings attached or something with Mila Kunis? Or
I think so.
Fucking Friends with Benefits or some shit like that. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's the movie, but there's like this constant thing of this rom-com. of Jason Segel and fucking that Rashida Jones or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what Morning Glory looks like to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, yeah, the fake movie rom-com. Like, it shouldn't be called Morning Glory. It should have, like, it should be called, like, you know,
it's like
it should be called Love Happens, but that's already a movie.
It seems like, it's like a South Park idea. If it was South Park parody, it would probably be word for word the same thing. Like, if they didn't.
But this is, like, we say this after saying, looking at the cover of Mean Girls, it shouldn't have been what it was. So maybe...
Maybe it's a really heavy political thriller.
Yeah, maybe it's incredible.
But Rachel McAdams, like, she fucking kicks ass in this, and then she gets hit by a truck in the end, which is, like, one of the funniest fucking
it's hilarious.
visual gags ever. But, was this before or after The Notebook?
I was literally just going to say that. I have no idea. I feel like...
Because The Notebook is shit.
Wait, do you know what year that was made? Because this was 2004, I think.
See, I thought that was 2004. It must be, maybe it's 2003.
Maybe she had just a busy year.
She could have, it's possible for people to do 2 movies in 1 year.
Yeah. But I guess they would have had maybe similar timings then.
Yeah, because I saw The Notebook. Someone like really recommended it to me and said like, no, it's not just like a chick flick. This is and everyone loves it. It's a good love story. And I watched it. It's like, this is fucking the worst piece of shit ever.
It was terrible.
Yeah, like fucking Moulin Rouge. Anyone can watch that. Love Actually. Anyone can watch that. Bridget Jones' Diary. Anyone can watch that. Fucking The Notebook is a chick flick.
It's terrible.
It's fucking awful.
It's awful. We watched it in school once. Don't ask me how we got away with having
all-girls
The
school.
Notebook.
That's
there
why.
we go. That's how we managed to watch The Notebook in school. Other things we got to watch in class include Made in Chelsea. But yeah, no, that's not a good film. But she hit gold with Mean Girls.
She's a delight. Yeah, but she's a delight. I like Rachel McAdams.
She's good.
Mean Girls. Fucking, I just for the cover of Morning Glory, like holding her.
She nails it.
Yeah, she fucking swish.
I haven't watched her in True Detective, but she's meant to be in that.
I like her in that.
Yeah?
I think she's doing a good job.
Well, I need to watch the first
season. And the thing is, it's like, I feel like the guy like is like trying to write a female character. It's like he's not just like writing her and then letting the character exist. He's like actively thinking like, how do I make a tough female?
Yeah, that's not good.
As opposed to just kind of ignoring it and I think that's kind of it's
like we exist in like a different kind of realm.
At least he's sort of like making an effort to do a different female character than what's been done before, I guess.
Okay.
But the thing is, by him trying to do that, he kind of does like a sort of stereotype by sort of pulling all these things together, like thinking what makes a tough gal, and for fuck's sake. Okay, this is like the first time. Well, no, I've had to stop and start it before, but I had to do this. We got interrupted there because someone had to ask Claire to go for a walk. They're ruining it. They're ruining everything.
It's okay.
No, how dare they?
But actually, I think to kind of bring it back to Mean Girls, that's something that they did well was like the female characters like they do the stereotypical like oh, they're interested in fashion and makeup and blah and they're bitchy and whatever. But it's I don't know, it's good because it's a comedy where the girls get to be funny too. It's not just the one wacky fat friend who's like being funny, and then the girls. It's not she's all that. They're good characters in the film.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you don't really see a whole lot of like good female characters in things. Like, I mean, Joss Whedon gets commended on a lot. I like it, but I just kind of get a bit fed up of him. Kind of. There's all like as much as he's great for writing characters. You get good, strong female characters, but he always has these like weird, damaged bird characters who end up with fucking crazy. Like the whole thing with fucking like Tara.
I was just gonna say Tara, yeah.
Tara and fucking what is it? The chick from Serenity River.
Rivers, yeah.
And also I'm just sick of those kind of those martial arts fighting. Those overly acrobatic fight scenes.
Yeah.
They're just so stupid.
I feel like it was just, like, nailed with Zoe from Firefly. She was, like,
She was spot on.
Perfect, yeah. She's the best.
Mm.
And then, they get a bit much. The kind of...
I feel
weird.
I feel like sometimes he overdoes it, being all like, "I write women well," but and the thing is, it's not like it's like he does, but then I feel like sometimes just every once in a while he doesn't, and it really stands out when he gets it wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, it does definitely because
for the most part, he's terrific.
Yeah, because what happens is he does those weird damaged characters, like you say, but then like underneath there is always this like, but no, they are really strong too, and they can do lots of cool things, and they're really interesting. Like it's kind of like I feel like someone should tell him to like it's okay to have someone who's just like shit and everything.
Yeah, it's called Xander.
Yeah, like poor Xander.
Or Wash.
Yeah, like yeah, he's kind of reversed
hapless, bumbling dudes who have nothing. But but like I mean, but it's still it is kind of a refreshing change.
Yeah,
like, and then like what was it? The fucking like I thought Bridesmaids was like a horrendous.
I never watched that.
Obviously, I fucking hated that movie, and it's the same with this new Ghostbusters thing. Like it's not the fact that they're all women. It's the fact that they said that we're going to do an all-women Ghostbusters. It's the fact that they had an agenda behind. If they just wrote the film and released it, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But it's the fact that they're like really trying to like sort of hand-fist force it in. And the thing is, it's not a matter of like having like more women on screen. I don't have a problem with that because they do need more roles for women. There's a lot of bad roles for women. Yeah. Like fucking there's a whole thing with Judy Greer right now. Her getting fucked with the shit roles being the
bitchy ex-wife.
Yeah, and fucking but it's true. There are so many shit roles for women in movies and stuff like that. And then but the thing is it's like fucking the way that they're going about it is like sort of ham-fisted kind of ways of of wedging it in and force it. Like the thing, and we're getting like fucking these like Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy just forced down our throats all the time. I fucking hate Kristen Wiig so much. I hate her, and so we're getting her fucking just in everything.
Is she gonna,
Bridesmaids was the worst.
She's gonna be in Ghostbusters. Yeah,
she's gonna be in Ghostbusters, and like. So they've wrote like the Ghostbusters gal, and the thing is, it's not a matter of like when it's like we're funny too and all this stuff. Hey, we can be tough too. It's like I know there are strong women out there, there are funny women out there, but just because you say hey we can be funny too doesn't mean that you're being funny. It doesn't mean that you're being tough.
It really that's what really annoys me. Like with the whole freaking Ghostbusters thing is. It's like, oh, why can't we make it with women? Like, what's wrong with having like female Ghostbusters? And it's like there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're trying to make a point, like, do something original rather than just stick women into Ghostbusters.
Because it's just a fucking gimmick.
I don't get, like, you can literally pick any other film with a largely male cast and put women in it, but they wanted, I don't know, they just chose Ghostbusters. Like, just be original. Just do something, just be funny on your own. Like, I don't know, it annoys me. Ghostbusters is kind of... It was perfect
fine.
As it was.
It wasn't broken.
It didn't need fixing.
And that's why people are getting pissed off with it because they're like, it was fun. And then, and it's all like, hey, women can be funny too. You're sexist if you don't like this.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm sorry, but go fuck yourself. Now, apparently, Dan Aykroyd is like kind of. Like apparently he's sort of been like okay cool with the script, but at the same time like the dude might just be happy to see it getting made for at any cost. Like I don't give a fuck if there's female Ghostbusters, but I do give a fuck that we're getting fucking Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. Melissa McCarthy, who has been in every film this year, and Kristen Wiig being crammed into it. And is it Paul Feig directing it? And I'm trying to think of like the last fucking movie that he saw that like anyone gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, except the diehard Melissa McCarthy fans, like this fucking. Like, I
think also it's such a weird film to choose like for like we'll put women in this because the original like the females that were in the original they weren't crappy female characters.
Yeah,
like
Dana Barrett.
Dana Barrett was a badass, and what's the is it Jeanette or Janine or something?
Yeah.
She was hilarious. They were like, she was just quirky and weird, but there was nothing bad about her. She didn't make women look bad. It wasn't a film that made women look bad.
It didn't need to be shaken up.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's just a matter of like, hey, we've got the rights. Let's just like fucking cash in on this, you know?
Like, I don't know, maybe, you know, I don't know, I just don't want to see that film. Because I don't think it needs to happen. Like, it's unnecessary, in my opinion. It's just it's unnecessary filming.
Yeah, like, I mean, the thing is, if they were, like, when Harold Ramis died, I think fucking Ghostbusters 3 should have died. Like,
yeah.
I want, you know, Egon, Bill Murray's been, like, fucking against it from the word go. It's like, you know, we didn't need it. I mean,
like, Ghostbusters 2 was a fantastic film. It was a great way to finish. Ghostbusters, it was great. It had a badass villain. It was hilarious and awesome.
How is this going to be better than Ghostbusters 2?
Exactly. Like, it's just... I think that's what's hilarious, is they haven't focused on making something better or the value of it. They're just going for different. And it's like, different is not always...
And fucking... one thing as well, it was the comedy... I feel like they're going to miss the point of the comedy. Because, like, if you look at... the only character who was, like, ridiculous completely was fucking... The lawyer gets trapped in the dog. Rick Moranis.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, he's ridiculous. But, you know, the others are just losers who happen to be funny.
Yeah.
And then I saw, like, a picture of them, and, you know, one of them's got a perm, and, like, they've... I think it's going to be a matter
This one's like our Egon, get it?
Yeah, I get the feeling that they're going to be, like, acting funny. You know, they're not just going to be, like, doing their own... Like, there was just kind of this loserness to them. And, like, this natural kind of loserness that came to it. And the comedy was born of that. Whereas I feel like they're going to be trying to act funny. I feel like Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig can't help but try to act funny. I don't know who the other two are who are doing it, you know, so I'm a little more forgiving of them. I love Melissa McCarthy for Gilmore Girls, but
she's hilarious in that.
Yeah, she's the bomb. But that's the thing. She's a terrific performer. Yeah. Kristen Wiig can be a really funny performer as well. But I hated Bridesmaids with a burning passion. I really, really hated that movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into that another time because it's just like, to me, she's the female Steve Carell. She should just stick with the one thing she's good at, which is being ridiculous and all. And, you know, if she did, like, just Jim Carrey fucking ridiculous movies, she'd be great.
But now she's going into that stuff like, Girl Most Likely? Yeah, no thank you.
Non-comedies.
Yeah.
Oh, I have feelings.
Irreverent comedies.
I'm a middle-class white person going on a journey.
Oh.
You don't understand my emotions, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off and die. You fucking suck. All of those movies. Anyone who's written a movie like that should just fuck off. We don't need another Greenberg. You know, we don't.
Oh, God.
We don't need another Dan in real life.
Yeah.
Fucking what did that do? Just the squid in the anything where, you know, where the fucking text is like, looks like it's done in a handwritten doodle.
Oh.
Anything where the title page is done like that with a poster, or, you know, the main actor has long hair and a beard, or no.
Yeah.
If they're you know, if they're in first name, if there's a character in the movie who is a barista.
Yes.
Because no character in any movie should be a barista. It's like, if there's going to be someone in a coffee shop, it should be walk in, and it's like, I'm getting a coffee. Do you want them too? Yeah, one coffee. And, like, you shouldn't have a barista ever talk in a movie.
Yeah.
Fuck baristas.
Yeah.
Fuck those fucking hipsters.
I think the best scene with a barista ever is it I Love You Man, where he does the coffee ordering?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they should be treated in films.
In films.
Yeah. Actually, we've talked a lot about Ghostbusters, considering that this is
about me. If you want to do a ham-fisted female Ghostbusters, get Tina Fey to write it.
Yeah.
You know, not get her to fucking be the writer behind it, because she's fucking hilarious.
She is hilarious.
Her writing is unreal. Like 30 Rock is fucking unreal, and she was like once a head writer for Saturday Night Live when it was good.
Yeah.
And fucking she did that. She was behind the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is good.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucking awesome. There's Kristen Wiig is just Lady Steve Carell. Those two should just get married and get into a rocket and just go into the fucking sun and die. I fucking hate those two so much. And the thing is, what really annoys me about them is that I really like them sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I was just going to point that out. I was like, when they do something good, you're like, they do this well.
Because like I've seen Kristen Wiig in some Saturday Night sketches where it's like, fuck, she's like, damn, she nailed that.
The
like,
one where she's in the golf cart at the end.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Her, is it Maya Rudolph? In that
Maya
one?
Rudolph, yeah.
And they're fucking... That's like one of the funniest things. And I'm laughing my ass off for so much... Or so much of her stuff in Saturday Night Live. I just laugh my ass off. And then you see that all of her movies are like, oh, I'm frumpy. It's like... I'm... What is it? It's like... she's like ugly duckling syndrome, where it's like I'm hot now, but like no, so now I'm going through all of these kind of feelings. Like I bet she wasn't hot in high school.
Yeah, that's actually something like a lot of female comedians do.
I'm a late bloomer.
But what really annoys me, and it's a problem I have with so many female stand-ups, is that they're clearly just like attractive women who spend all their time at the gym and so like they're toned and fit, and they walk out on stage and then they like talk about like how disgusting they are, and it's like it doesn't land. That's why they're not. Whereas
funny. Who's the chick who wrote that Trainwreck movie?
Amy Schumer.
She's fucking hilarious.
Genuinely hilarious.
She's so funny, and then but it's not there's not a correlation between like how attractive you are and how funny you are. The thing is, you can't make jokes about you being a slob if you're if you're not a slob. Like, the reason that it works for Louis C.K. when he talks about how much he's a fucking... when he's this pathetic kind of thing, it's because he looks pathetic. He sells it. He can sell it.
He's such a soft-looking man.
And it's like fucking... Amy Poehler, she can fucking sell it. She's funny as fuck. And, but yeah, like, the thing is, it seems... I suppose the people are a lot more kind of... There's a lot more scrutiny on female comedians as well, because... I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's as many of them, And I guess... But there is, like...
There's a lot, but...
How many are good? But I suppose there's a lot of, like, male comedians who I think kind of are completely overrated as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the thing with stand-up, is it's just hard to find someone who's good at it. So when you find someone who's genuinely funny... Yeah. You're just happy to have a funny person.
Like, if I'm honest about it, like, there are few female stand-up comedians. I'm like, yeah, they're funny, but I wouldn't say that there's few of them because they're female. Because now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably as few male ones that I'm currently finding funny. Like, it's like it's a hit and a miss kind of thing with stand-up.
But there's I do reckon there's probably less females having a go at stand-up.
I'd say so.
I think maybe it just doesn't appeal for some reason. But then there was one girl, and I was like, watched her stand-up thing on Netflix, and it was like the worst thing ever. And I was like, wow, I need to watch some good stand-up after this. So I was like, I'm going to try Aziz Ansari. And it was even worse.
Even worse, yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, he's a fucking shit.
He's a terrible stand-up comedian.
Yeah, oh my god, like, he fucking sucks. I worry for comedy, just because maybe it's just that everyone is just getting less funny.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
what the world is coming to.
I think a lot of people are kind of it's getting very PG. People aren't really.
It's that PC bullshit where you don't have the chance to say anything because you've got all these fucking dingbats going like, I'm offended. Be offended.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like something, change the channel. Just like, but making people apologize for every little thing is just like fucking stupid. Now there's certain things which like, you probably shouldn't say in public, but that's kind of like, we know what they are.
Yeah.
Like, we know what these things, you don't fucking... you'd have to be a fucking dickhead to think that, like, someone coming out, and particularly knowing that something's a joke. When someone comes out and says something that's a joke, and if it's a bit,
and then being like, that's not okay to say.
There's a difference between something being like intentionally offensive and being a bit off color.
Yeah,
and being a bit off color has been the best source of fucking comedy for years. Why we're talking? We're going way off topic.
When to go back to Mean Girls now? I think
Mean Girls. Oh fuck, we lost the DVD, didn't we?
We did lose it. We need to find some way of watching it.
Yeah, it might be on Netflix. And if not, then we might have to borrow it from the internet.
Yeah,
But
borrow temporary basis.
Well, we fucking paid for it.
Yeah.
And plus, it's an Australian DVD, so
It probably wasn't going to work anyway.
It might not have. Well, the Faculty worked. Harry
That's
Potter didn't work. Well, no, I didn't find Harry Potter until afterwards.
Yeah.
So, that kind of made it redundant.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm excited to watch this again today because I haven't watched it in a couple of years, and I don't know. I think it'll. I haven't watched it since I'd say early in high school, so I'm wondering if maybe I'll take something different from it now that I'm not looking at it as though the characters are meant to be older than me, whatever.
All right, yeah, it's a weird thing to
already. I'm thinking back on Tina Fey's character in it, and it's so different in my mind.
It's a lot sadder.
It's a lot sadder. Yeah, she was originally. When I was a kid, she was so likable and cool and funny. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh no.
She lives in the school. She's a cat lady.
Literally, when they bump into her in the shop, she's wearing a vest covered in badges and ribbons. That I'm looking forward to that again.
What, in your future?
No, not at all. I know it's in my future, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'm curious to what I'll take from it this time around.
Yeah. And, I think I'm kind of... I know, I'm pretty sure that I remember it quite well. I'm pretty sure Lacey Chabert's in there, which is, this is the only thing she's done since,
oh, yeah!
Party of Five, was it? So, is that her?
Yes.
The original Meg Griffin.
The original Meg Griffin, yeah. She was Meg for, an episode.
Yeah. But, so I'm just looking forward to getting back into it again, because, the last 3 fucking shows I've done with this, it's just been, really cool to sort of come back to something and see it in a different light. I was old enough when I saw it the first time around, so I don't know how different it would be for me, but I just think it might just be I get to enjoy this movie again.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll
go watch it.
Yeah. We'll leave it there, and we shall return shortly to talk more about Mean Girls, and hopefully stay on topic.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we have just returned from watching Mean Girls.
Indeed.
First thing, I have to remind myself to stay sitting like this, because last time I sat back and it makes me sound weird. I listened to the other clip, so that's why the audio went a bit strange halfway through the first half of this.
Tommy appears to have choked on something very suddenly. And, I don't know, I'd like to explain it better, but it's really funny.
Your room is full of hair. This is animal hair. This is dog hair. I can feel it. It's disgusting. Oh, that's gross. Oh. That's gonna bug me for a while.
Right there.
Fuck off.
Take 2.
Okay. We're just gonna run through that. So, we just watched Mean Girls.
We did, yeah.
And then I need to pause this for a second.
Okay, we're back again.
Oh.
And, sorry about that. That was dog hair. That just got caught in my throat. And, yeah, so that wasn't a great moment. But, yeah. We're not about retakes here. So,
no.
Even though I technically just did one, because I accidentally pressed the stop record button, so it would have been weird to have a, okay, we're back. Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
So, so we just went and watched Mean Girls, and that movie is fucking hilarious. I forgot how it goes from funny. 0 to funny in no time at all.
Yeah. It has always just been for me one of the most quotable films. Bulk-wise, it just has more quotes. So, it's not the most quoted film. It doesn't have any,
but it should be.
Yippee-ki-yay motherfuckers or, I'll be backs. But it's got so many. It's there's nothing that particularly stands out, but you can quote that whole film.
Oh, it's my nephew gets so mad at me when I call him Anthony. Almost as mad as I get at my sister for naming her son Anthony.
Yeah.
It's genius.
And Danny DeVito, I love your work.
There's that's the thing, there are so many kind of brilliant moments in it, but I suppose because they're not so kind of, they're all in a certain context in the scene, so they don't come off as well when you quote them.
Yeah,
You know?
but they're so.
It's like when
funny.
you try doing a Simpsons quote to someone who doesn't watch The Simpsons.
Yeah, which is weird. Who doesn't
Yeah.
watch The Simpsons?
Well, I understand people now not watching The Simpsons, but
Yeah.
if you're not if you're not to scratch on your classic Simpsons quotes,
Yeah.
you're probably a demon.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that you have like a serious problem.
It's
You're
weird,
probably a
but-
sociopath or don't have a soul if you don't have classic Simpsons quotes.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Anyway, back to Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I tend to digress.
Yeah. I forgot. Like, I mean, I really like Lindsay Lohan as an actor. Like, I do. I just think that that's it. Like, she's done.
Yeah.
I thought she fucking nails it in that. I think Rachel McAdams is amazing.
Yeah, she was great in that.
I have such
She
a
was really
fucking crush on her. She's so cool. But yeah, I feel that all the acting is fantastic. I miss Lindsay though, because Freaky Friday, what a laugh out loud romp that was. Like, and I haven't seen her be Fully Loaded, but watching Mean Girls.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid and rather enjoying it. That's one that I would have to watch again and see if it was still something I enjoy.
So for you, it would be me watching my DVDs, and for me, it would be me watching this
Something
for the first time.
Yeah,
because I have not seen that. Well, we don't have it on DVD.
We don't have Herbie. No.
Well, the biggest thing that we seem to pick up on at the end of the film, like, because we both remembered liking it. The thing, it's one of those movies that's always better than I remember it.
Yeah.
And so, like, we both were pretty sure that we'd come back to it and like it. Actually, one thing I should ask you before I jump into the next bit is, was it very different, that now that you're on the other end of high school? Did you find anything like that stood out that was different to how you saw it before?
It's still kind of the same for me because I also had to acknowledge that I went to possibly the most different kind of high school. Like, this is like...
You were basically like the Katie growing up in
Yeah,
Africa.
but I never stopped, like, an all-girls Catholic school situated on a hill in the west coast of Ireland is just not... It's not going to be like anything in an American film,
So basically, we have to wait till you had your first year in college before...
Basically, before I know what it's like to be in an American high school. But it's...
And even then, college is way different to high school.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I was younger watching it, I probably assumed that because of movies like this, everyone would have looked like they were in their late 20s to early 30s when they were in high school.
Nope.
But no,
It's all acne and mullets.
Yeah, acne and
Bad
mullets.
mustaches.
Yeah, I had the mullet. But yeah, it was just funnier, I think, because when I was younger, it was more like the obvious jokes stood out, like her falling in the bin and stuff like that. But then just being a bit older and kind of getting the references and little things like Kevin Napore's business card. Firstly, that he has a business card, and secondly, that it's maths enthusiast / badass MC.
Yeah, I still think that I should make business cards. I have friends who genuinely have business cards. Like, they really do. Like, I swear, I think I even have some on me now.
But is it for businessy things,
This
or is it
boost, a jump card?
I have one of those.
This wasn't from the Jumpachino. This was from. Don't ever fucking get a Jumpachino. It's the worst fucking thing in the world. No, I got. I was really hungover with Connor on the way to the Film Flat volunteer date, so we got fucking some things there. HMV. No, I know I've got business cards here somewhere. Who is it?
I don't have any business cards.
Yeah, well, I don't have a business card.
Yeah.
But
I suppose we don't have a business.
where did I put them?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
It's just...
Yeah, I completely went off topic.
Yeah, we're talking about Kevin Napore.
Kevin Napore. Yeah, well, that's it. It's a cool thing to have cards. I'll just, here, I'll give you my
Whip
card.
out my business card.
Yeah, and have a little card carrier like an American Psycho.
I just think it's...
Oh, here's one.
I just think business cards are even better when they're just not necessary. Like, for Kevin Napore. That... my goodness.
So, Stephanie Dufresne, yeah, you can visit our website at www.stephaniedufresne.org. I've got a little
it's free
cinema
advertising
one.
for your friends.
Yeah, well, no, where's the little cinema one? I have it here somewhere. And then I have one, Pat Clancy. I've got his in a book somewhere, and his is tiny. I was like, I keep losing it because I keep dropping it and then rediscovering it. because it's a weird. It's just a smaller one. It's just a photo of his face, and then it's like got like contact details.
like a little
on the back.
headshot. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had more business cards. And I do, but they're in my jacket because I've just realised where I put them. I've only got like that and the little cinema one here, and but there's others that I keep in this book that I have, which is like a Pac-Man book where I just kind of keep notes and shit like that.
And business cards.
And business cards of people. And I need to sort of put them into sort of... Yeah, so people have business cards.
People have business cards.
I feel really shit not having a business card right now. I feel like I've let myself down as a human. But what would I have as, like, my business card thing? Like...
Yeah.
Kind of overweight, hairy guy. Bigfoot impersonator or something like that.
I feel like maths enthusiast is just such a great thing to have on a business card.
Yeah, it is, but I'm fucking shit at maths, so... Like...
You can still be enthusiastic about it.
I can. Hurrah! I've gone way off topic.
Yeah, Mean Girls.
Jesus Christ.
It's funny.
That was like, nonsense. See, this is why I should just do it by myself.
Because you start showing me your business card.
Yeah, I get distracted with my fucking jumpuccinos and shit like that. But, no, fucking, yes, the biggest thing that we realised about Mean Girls.
Yeah, this was a big one.
Is that, like, Regina George isn't that bad a person.
No.
Regina George is actually, like, she's kind of...
She's a run-of-the-mill kind of bitchy person that you know.
She's confrontational. She says she speaks her mind, but she's not the best person. She's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really do anything that bad.
Especially not, like, on screen. A lot of the bad stuff you hear about her is, like, hearsay from when they were 13.
Yeah, everyone's got a lot of bad things to say about her. And now, Lindsay Lohan, her character, it's understandable that she goes through the process, because it's like she's never been in this environment before. It's a good look at peer pressure and things like that, really well done.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
Fucking... Janice Ian is a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, she really, she knows what's going on, and she really lets things just, she pushes it to happen, all of it.
Okay, because first of all, there wouldn't be an issue with Regina George and Katie in the first place, well, Lindsay Lohan at all. Yeah. Lindsay Lohan wouldn't be in this world if it wasn't for Janice Ian, who's like, hey, if you want to be our friend, you have to do this.
Yeah, you have to go spy on people.
Yeah, go spy on people. Like, Regina George Regina George does sneaky phone calls, but she doesn't send people to befriend them and try and fucking sabotage their life. Come up with a long-term plan to hurt people. And then because Janice Ian isn't the one doing it, none of the accountability falls on her. And then she comes back and starts fucking rubbing it in her face and be like, well, you're just one of them, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And then she got fucking, during the whole peace process, when everyone's apologizing and all this shit, she fucking uses it as a way to say fuck you to Regina George. It takes my God. She's the worst person in the whole fucking world.
She's a terrible person.
No apologies, ever.
Yeah. She, it's never addressed at all that she may have even once been in the wrong. And it's really annoying, because I noticed, Regina George, when she's snarky to people and she's being a bit mischievous, she's equally as snarky to everyone, which is kind of a nice thing. Is in that she's everyone in her eyes is universally a target, But then, with Regina George, she's she's hung up about something from years ago, which especially when you're out of high school, to look back and be like, if someone was hung up on something that happened when they were 13, that's a bit come on. And then she uses that to target one specific person and just be an outright dick for a full year, and that's just not on. That's not cool.
Yeah, she's the Mean Girls, there's one who is, actively the worst. Because the rest of them are kind of just, surviving in this weird social environment that is high school. Yeah. Which is, you go through all the motions. Everyone kind of has their ups and downs. Aaron Samuel, is that his name?
Aaron Samuels, yeah.
Aaron Samuels says, he's everyone's good and bad, but Regina's up front with it.
Yeah.
The only fucking, inherently mean person in that film is Janice Ian. Yeah. Janice Ian is a fuckhead.
Yeah.
I
do not like Janice Ian.
She is I want to throw all the colours.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest change from watching it when I was a kid. When you're a kid, you're presented with Regina George as a bad guy, and you kind of go, she's the bad one. Things have to work out bad for her in the end. And then, like, oh, Janice Ian, she's creative and interesting.
Yeah,
She's the cool,
so
misunderstood
she's the right one.
Yeah.
And so, like, because she's misunderstood. No, fuck that. She's
basically,
just a
if
petty
I've learned
shithead.
anything from this film, it's that the girl with dark hair in the movie isn't always the good one.
Yeah,
that's
Like,
basically it.
that's the big thing now. It's like, because we live in this whole society where we watch movies where it's always kind of like the misunderstood, the underdog kind of fucking character has the voice of reason, the moral compass, or something like that. And in this one, it's just she's a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
and like it falls back on Gretchen Wieners, it falls back on Cosette.
Oh, Karen Smith.
Who's Karen Smith?
Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry. It falls back on Rachel McAdams, Regina George. And it falls back on Katie, but it doesn't fall back on that fucking instigating little troublesome shit demon.
Yeah.
Fucking Janice Ian.
Actually, yeah. You know what she gets out of the film? Just
a boyfriend.
Kevin Napor. She gets a maths enthusiast out of the end of the film.
Napor, she is the worst.
Oh, she's terrible.
So that's how I feel coming out of Mean Girls. I feel like I'm so happy that I've watched it again, because it's one of those films where I'm always like, oh, I should watch Mean Girls. It's kind of funny, and I'm always like, oh, it's kind of a chick movie or whatever like that. Or I'm always like, that's a stupid thing to say. But it's like, sometimes I'm just like, I'll be like, oh no, I'm more in the mood for like watching people die or something.
Yeah.
Watch it because I do watch a lot of stupid stuff. And I think maybe it's going to be quirkier than it is or whatever, but it is just like a really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
I'm moving the laptop this time because I don't want to stay sitting up. And, it just seems like... Well, I can't risk it going back to being shit like it did last time. The audio quality had a severe drop. Well...
But I think that's really the main thing that we got from the film. There's the main difference this time around. It's a big one too. Janice Ian's a Burke.
Janice Ian, she's such a fuckhead. But I wish does Tina Fey, has she done much more movie stuff? Like, she was in the second Muppets movie. She did that date night with Steve Carell.
She was in something with Paul Rudd, I think, Admissions or something, where she's like a college admissions advisor or something.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really sound like something.
Well, that's the weird thing with Paul Rudd, is that, like, he's a big famous guy. Like, he's Ant-Man, and a lot of the time he has movies just like come out, and you're like, he's like, oh, this must be an old one. And it's like 2013, and you're like, what? When did he make? Who?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Like,
it's just Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
does stuff.
He's just always doing stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's good for him.
Yeah, but Tina Fey, like, has she written many more films? I'm wondering, because like
writing-wise, I think she's done loads of TV writing, and I'd say that's time-consuming.
Cool.
So I'd say that. Did
she write that Baby Mama one with Amy Poehler?
Oh, I don't know. I've never watched that. I never really wanted to. I feel like
it's like we're the friends.
Yeah, I like so much of what she writes that I feel like I feel like I should give it a chance. But then I look at the movie poster and I'm like,
it's a shit anyway.
No.
But remember, the cover for Mean Girls is really shit as well.
That's true. Yeah.
We should watch Mean Girls 2.
I never want to see that film. It looks so bad. I'm sorry, but it's like
Have you watched the trailer?
The point of no. It's like. I just look at like the cast. It's like they missed the point of like the original one, and they're like, let's
have some mean.
Let's make what everyone thought the film was going to be from the original DVD.
Yeah, and
that's what.
I bet they got a load of DVD sales from it, though.
I'd say they got a lot. Yeah,
it's probably just deleted scenes from the Bratz movie, just recut into another film.
Yeah,
just take a bit of that, a bit of One Chance to Dance, and all the other ones that are on Netflix.
But I don't really know what you'd do with a.
Well, it's like, it would have been great if like they did Mean Girls 2 and Lindsay was like kind of just back and hanging around the school and like, I've got to reclaim my glory, and they're like, you're 25 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Well, actually, how old would she be? No, she'd be fucking like 30 or some shit.
I'd say she'd be like late 20s. Actually, I'd watch a Mean Girls too if it was like just about the downfall of Janice Ian.
Yes.
So that like if finally she gets a comeuppance.
That's the movie I want to see. The fucking Janice Ian learns a life lesson.
Yeah.
She's the Grinch. Her heart grows 2 sizes one day.
Yeah.
Because she's just the worst. She
She's
is
the worst.
the worst person ever.
Oh.
Yeah, I really don't. This is one of the ones where I don't have too much to say on.
I don't know
Mean
what to say
Girls.
after the fact.
Yeah,
Eh.
other than Mean Girls is a really good movie.
It's funny. Yeah.
I kind of knew it was going to be a good movie before. I know it's a good movie now.
Yeah.
And if you think that if you haven't given it a chance because you don't think you can get into the universe of girls in high school or whatever, it really doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, and there's so much funny stuff in that film. Like it's
you don't have to invest in it. You don't have to try and wait to get into it. It pulls you in pretty quickly, which is pretty fantastic. And
it's got Neil Flynn.
Dr. Jan Itor.
Yeah. I always get so excited when I see it. That was the biggest draw for me the first time I watched the film.
Yeah, I think that probably was why I watched it. I was like, janitor from Scrubs.
Janitor from Scrubs.
You mean the cop from The Fugitive?
Yeah, I have to watch.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And what's he doing nowadays?
I don't know.
Conventions. Hi, I'm the janitor. Or he's an actual janitor now.
Yeah. But I have no idea what he's doing.
Well, somehow we've made this last for fucking 51 minutes, which makes no sense to me because we spoke about the movie for about 8 of them.
Yeah.
I think.
Apologies.
So this one was kind of a tremendous failure, but I think we'll get better at it over time. Yeah. That's the thing. We need to find a better way to sort of stay on topic. I think.
Yeah.
I shouldn't go looking for business cards or. What was the other? I went off for ages and something else.
We talked about Ghostbusters a lot at the start.
Oh yeah, and chicks and
female
and stuff
comedians.
Like that. Well, the thing is, that's the thing. It's good to see, funny females because it's I think Bridesmaids was just like the worst thing ever, and it just gets held up to such regard, and it's a matter of that it was released with that whole attitude of like girls can be funny too. It's like that's true, and it's like But I just didn't feel that movie was funny at all. I thought it was a horrendous representation of human beings, and I thought that Kristen Wiig's character was just the worst person ever. And the girl who was Rose Byrne, I thought she had a lot more redeeming qualities, and she kind of was a better person at the end of the film.
And it's another case where they were supposed to be
they're supposed to be the villain.
asshole.
And Kristen Wiig's character is such a fucking dickhead and a terrible friend and a shit person and learns nothing. It's just that basically the end of the film is well, that's just her. We just have to embrace her. It's like, no, you're a shit person. You treat your friends like shit. They shouldn't have to make accept allowances for you to be a shit person.
Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of thing coming out now where people are trying to be like, oh, having leading characters that are a bit weird or whatever, but they're just making them antisocial and just mean-spirited.
It's one thing to be antisocial. It's one thing to be weird, but to not be a dick. But the fact is, it's okay. But you just because you're quirky, it doesn't mean that you're redeemed. It doesn't mean that you're good. It's oh, but I'm quirky and I'm cute and oh, jeepers, I don't know I'm cute and oh, I don't know I'm the wacky and all that. It's no, but you're really selfish.
Yeah.
And you make really nasty. You do really bad things and have a terrible impact on all of the lives of people around you, and and ruin. And you can't get over yourself for 2 seconds. You have to make everything about you at all times, and you're a chore. You're so high maintenance, and that's you just think that we need to just accept that. No, people you don't accept people in your life if they're bad for you, and I think that was the worst thing about Bridesmaids is that was the. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't want to because I just. Didn't interest me at all.
I really thought I was going to like it, and I went into the cinema to see it, and I came out fucking livid that I'd paid money to watch that movie. It was like the anti-Mean Girls. Mean Girls makes you come out and think wow, there's hope for the human race. You people can learn to get along. Everyone can grow. Sometimes bad guys aren't that bad. Janice Ian's a dick.
Yeah.
Or a dyke. Go by the Byrne book. And, and so that's why I just wanted to get that in there because I didn't want to kind of comment on Bridesmaids earlier and not
kind of
Yeah.
come back. It'd be weird to sort of leave it. And I don't want to watch it again for this show or anything. Maybe I will one day, but I don't have it on DVD, so technically I can't. It'd be breaking the rules.
So,
But,
basically, what we take from this is Mean Girls is funny.
Mean Girls is awesome.
Yeah, go
And
watch Mean Girls.
just because your friends might be alternative and have cool hair, and
Doesn't actually
doesn't
make
mean
them, like, smarter
it doesn't
or
mean
right.
that they're
or...
clued in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't... Sometimes you should judge a book by its cover. Sometimes if someone is an outsider, they're an outsider for a reason. Because they just don't belong in society.
I like that we have a moral at the end of this. I feel like it's the end of an episode of Doogie Howser. We're like...
Yeah, that's what I wanted in my show. I wanted to be like, and look out the window. And then come back and wrap it up. I think I even said that in the first episode. It's like, I want this Doogie Howser vibe where I was like, wow, I've learned something. I've grown as a person. So that's pretty groovy. I need to pick a movie for my next podcast. Shit, I was supposed to do that before we started.
So that you could have a sign-off?
Yes. Well, so I could introduce what I was going to do. So we need to decide right now. What's
right now?
Old DVD that I have.
Oh.
I can't do Saving Private Ryan.
I'm trying to think of, like, what's the earliest kind of films I would have watched.
I've got a really good one.
Yeah?
Oh, no, I feel like I've gone kind of very sort of...
What genre are you thinking?
I could do some sci-fi.
Some sci-fi?
Or I could do my first Tom Hanks movie.
What was that?
Don't ask me that. No, I mean, like, I could do my first Tom Hanks movie of all the Tom Hanks movies I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because, like, Tom Hanks is the man, and I've got, like, so many of his movies. Shit, I really should have planned ahead. You know what? I'm going to go Tom Hanks, and I'm going to do The Burbs.
The Burbs, okay.
I haven't watched The Burbs in a while, and that movie kicks ass, if I remember rightly. So, what was that face?
I don't know. I just remember it's not one of my favourite, but that's another one that, like you, I must.
Okay, well, you don't have to do the episode with me tomorrow if you don't want to.
I'm at work.
Oh, you're working.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to do it, but maybe I will wait for you to watch it.
I will watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. I do need to... Because I feel like, you think... You speak highly of it, and I feel like I need to give it a second
It's one of those movies that grows on you. Like, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this is The Burbs, like, but Tom Hanks is in it. It's supposed to be good. And then I watched it, like, a year later. I was like, oh, this is The Burbs? I thought this wasn't very good, but it's kind of funny. And then the next time I watched it, I was like, oh, dude, The Burbs is fucking awesome. So, yeah, that's kind of the development of The Burbs.
I'll definitely give it another
Whereas Apollo 13, I remembered it being good, and then I thought it was crap. So that's going to be an interesting one, because it's been years since I've watched that, and last time I thought it was crap, because I think that Ron Howard really sucks.
Ron Howard?
Yeah.
I'll accept that, yeah.
He's, like, The Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, Apollo 13... They're bad. A Beautiful Mind. I hate all those movies. A Beautiful Mind's Ron Howard.
Yeah, I don't want to see Apollo 13.
I think. Yeah. What did I say? I was going to do The Burbs. The
so
Burbs.
apparently, yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned tomorrow.
I might change my mind, but I'll probably do The Burbs now that I've said it. So, also, I'm going to be changing the website for my podcast because I'm a cheapskate, and so I'll put in more effort to not pay, because it just seems silly to, for like a little upload of an audio file, they want you to pay like so much for whatever
internet rent
and things. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm doing this for my own fun and whatnot, whereas YouTube, I can just slap a picture on it and upload as much as I want. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So that's going to be a thing that happens over the next week or a couple of days. I'm Tommy.
I'm Claire.
And you've been listening to me watching my DVDs. So see you next time. And like and share on Facebook, because tell your friends. Maybe not about this episode.
Yeah, it's a bit long-winded.
58 minutes and nothing
about Mean Girls.
8 of them are Mean Girls.
Yeah.
8 of them. So, later, nerds.
Bye.